In the book of Leviticus, it says, "And you shall consecrate the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, when each of you shall return to his property, and each of you shall return to his clan."
Jubilee New Haven is focused on gathering and equipping Christians in New Haven to seek the good of the city. Our vision is to bring healing and jubilee to the broken and unjust places of our city so that all people can thrive spiritually, relationally, and economically. We were really inspired by the vision of Jubilee in Scripture. In Leviticus, the year of Jubilee was every 50 years where people communed with God during that year. They communed with their neighbors. They stopped working. But they also returned land to those families that had none. That theme picks up in the book of Isaiah when the prophet promises that one would come who would proclaim the year of the Lord's favor, who would unleash the bonds of oppression, who would restore cities that had been ruined, that would repair these places of devastation. And then in the book of Luke, Jesus stands up and he reads that passage from the book of Isaiah. And then he sits down and he says, "Today this has been fulfilled in your hearing." And so Jesus is saying that he has brought the power of Jubilee and he has unleashed it in the world. And he has invited us to participate in that, to commune with God, to relate deeply to our neighbors, and to address these places of accumulated inequality, specifically related to land and housing. And we want to participate in that work with Jesus. In 2022, some of our neighbors were displaced by a pretty horrific fire, and we saw an opportunity for Jubilee to break through in that.
I've lived here for about 15 plus years. So this has always been like a family home. My mom's a friend, Mr. Jesse, who was the owner of it, and we would always live here. And Lauren J. Matt saw me all the time and still knew. It was like, "Hey, we know the house is being remodeled. Do you think, or would Mr. Jesse ever sell it to you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I never thought about that. I always wanted to own my own home." And I think Jubilee helped open my eyes to see the possibilities of actually being a homeowner. They decided to raise money through their organization to help get lenders to loan me that money to purchase the home. It meant a lot to me when I was able to purchase a home. They surprised me one day with balloons and plants outside. And I was just very overwhelming. This house is a blessing, honestly.
We purchased a blighted 2-family home on our block that we're currently in the process of renovating and using as the anchor project for starting a community land trust.
When housing is part of a community land trust, it's both required to be affordable for the first owner, and it stays affordable for anyone in the future who's going to be living in that unit. That helps preserve affordability for the entire community forever.
We also want to gather and equip Christians to seek the good of the city. We do this through providing opportunities to participate in this work around housing justice, where people can come, get involved, work on a house, or bring their skills and gifts to bear as a carpenter, or architect, or designer, whatever it may be, to participate in this work. We want to invite Christians from churches from around the city to gather together and worship Jesus and share this vision and this heart to see justice and flourishing in New Haven.
If you want New Haven to be a place where everyone in New Haven, no matter what their race or class background is, can thrive and be a part of a thriving community in our city, you want to get involved with Jubilee.